There we go. Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here. So, man, I've been telling you, I've been trying to brainstorm some ideas for videos today, and I've just been resisting. I want to make some series videos on this channel, but I just haven't had as much topics, as much inspiration lately. I don't know what it is. It's that funk that I'm going through. But I'm persisting on. I said, finally, you know what? I'm gonna grab some questions. I can always answer questions, and I'll answer some questions. So that's how I'll do some videos today. Make sure I get my videos done. It's weird. It's weird, the kind of things, it's kind of interesting too. Heck, we just discovered a new topic here. But for those of you that think that, oh, if I could do this one thing, my life would be great and everything would be awesome and this would just be awesome. Like, some people are like, if I could surf all day, if that were my job, that'd be awesome. Or if I could play Magic the Gathering all day, or play poker all day, or whatever it is, or write all day. Not quite true, right? At some point, even that becomes work. If you have to do it, if it's something that, that you're doing for a job, or you're doing, whatever it is for your business, it's going to be some amount of work, right? If you're going to be consistent and committed to something, which is important for success. And so a lot of you might be like, man, just recording YouTube videos, staying in front of the camera and talking, that's got to be like an easy thing to do. And to some days it is really easy, and it's an awesome job to have. But some days it's also like, there's still that procrastination. There's still that bit of resistance there, like, I don't feel like doing this today, but you gotta persist on. So just an interesting thing, for those of you that are like, I hate my job, I hate my life, I wish I was doing this. Well, it doesn't really matter what you're doing so much. Like, you're gonna have that no matter what. Like, there's no escape from that. You have to learn how to become bigger than that and conquer it, not to hope that you can do something that you'll really enjoy and then you'll never feel bored or never feel like not doing it. All right, so let's get into the question here. So this question is the difference between initiative and overstepping, and this is from Nicholas, and he says, when is it taking initiative and when is it overstepping as an intern? And I don't know if this really applies as just an intern, but so taking initiative versus overstepping. So I'm guessing what you're talking about here, Nicholas, is whether or not, like, let's say that you're an intern in this case and you're taking on some tasks or some responsibilities. Like, is it overstepping if you're just grabbing stuff and doing stuff without being asked, or is it taking initiative? And here's what I would say. This is what I would say is, don't worry about overstepping in general, in life, right? Overstep the fuck out of shit. Overstep. That is taking initiative. And some people are going to get upset, and there's going to be some consequences when you, quote, overstep, but the good things that are going to come from that being just tenacious as all hell is going to outweigh any of the bad that's going to come from some people worried about you overstepping. Okay, I'd rather overstep and then apologize, if I'm going to apologize, which I'm not, but I'd rather overstep and then back off some, okay, and say, look, this is what I was trying to do, and and essentially, like, backstep and take, and pay the consequences. Let's say that, right? I'd rather do that than to understep and to be afraid to do things and to not take initiative, not to be seen as a self-star. So in a company, if you are an intern, for instance, right? The way that you're going to be most successful is going to be if you're taking on projects, if you're doing stuff, if you're overstepping your bounds to some degree, rather than if you're just waiting for people to assign you stuff. And I've done this in the past, right? I've been in places, I've been in business ventures, heck, where I've waited for stuff to come to me, and I've said, okay, well, as soon as you give me work, I'm going to fucking execute. I'm going to do the best job that I can, and then it hasn't come because a lot of times what happens, I can tell you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner myself, and having been an employee and someone who's managed other employees, is what happens is you're too busy to manage people, right? You don't want to have to assign out tasks and explain how things are supposed to work. I mean, you should do that, right, in general, but you'd like it if people would just step forward and figure out what needs to be done and then get it done, right? And that's the thing, it's like, figure out what needs to be done, get it done. So I'd encourage you, Nicholas. I'd say, you know, don't worry. Don't worry about overstepping your bounds. Don't worry about any of that stuff. You know, basically, one of the really good phrases that I heard someone say that I use all the time is, I'm going to do this unless I hear otherwise. So this is a really good phrase. So you can use this. So you basically come up with some task or something that you're going to do that you need to be done. So you're taking initiative, and then you inform people so they know what's going on. And you say, you know, you email to your boss or your supervisor and you say, hey, look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And you list what you're going to do. Unless I hear otherwise, no need to respond. And basically you're informing them. And then the only thing that they're going to respond to is, wait, don't do that. And if they do, then you don't do it. But it's a really good way to just like go forward and just, you know, you just assume permission. You assume that doing the right thing is the right thing. And, you know, that's just a good way to live, right? It's sometimes it's going to slap you. Sometimes it's going to bite you in the ass. But in general, you know, I just assume that if I'm doing the right thing, I'm going to go forward and do the right thing. And like I said, you know, I could tell you a story, you know, even at HP, where when I worked at HP, I remember I had this team that was working for me, and we were all kind of scattered across the place, like the cubicle farm, and we needed to get, you know, together and move our stuff, and we needed to rearrange some cubicles. So you know, there's supposed to be like this whole like labor force that does this thing, and you put in this rack, and it's all like this union thing. And so I just kind of came in the middle of the night one night with a ratchet tool, and I took apart the cubicles and I moved the shit all myself because it was taking too long. And you know, the thing is, like, I shouldn't have done that, right? And if I would have said that I was going to do that, I would have gotten fired probably or reprimanded severely. But because I just went and did it at night, I mean, there were security cameras. They could have figured out who fucking did it. They knew who fucking did it. But I didn't say anything about it. I just did it and then just assumed that this was the right thing to do, so I'm doing it. And it made the team more effective. And like I said, you know, maybe there's a chance there. Maybe it's taking a risk. Maybe it was stupid. But I don't care. I'm going to fucking do what is right, what is going to be necessary to achieve the goal, regardless of the consequences. And if you want to fire me because I'm doing the stuff that is going to, like, make us profitable or advance our business, then fine. I will find somewhere else to work. Someone else will hire me who actually wants to make some fucking money, who actually wants to succeed, right? But I'm not going to stop myself from doing that just because I'm afraid of stepping on someone's toes. So that's my advice to you. Again, like I said, you know, use it with caution. You may have to suffer some consequences if you take that advice, but you'll feel a whole lot better about yourself if you just take the action when the action's needed. So hope that helps you, Nicholas. If you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button below and click the bell to make sure you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.